So let's come to the front of the mat, hands in prayer position, just taking a couple breaths to center yourself and be fully present for the practice today. Being grounded. And with a nice deep inhalation, arms up to the sky, forward fold. Take the head down, and let's take the head up to flat back as we jump it back, opening here into our up dog, taking a second chaturanga and coming back into down dog. Lengthening through the spine, keeping the tailbone tucked in, lengthening the back of the legs. And just pedaling here with the feet, just opening up the backs of the legs as we jump back to the top of the mat. Exhale it down and inhale, arms back up to the sky, and exhale. One more time, inhale, hands to the sky, exhale, forward fold, inhale up to flat back, jump it back into your chaturanga, up to up dog, second chaturanga, and back to a down dog. Lengthening through the backs of the legs. And just getting out any stuck energy that you feel. Taking the hips from side to side. If you feel stuck in any of those areas, just go ahead and do some movement that feels good for your body. Go ahead, inhale and jump it forward. Exhale, head down. And inhale, arms up to the sky one more time. Let's go ahead and place both hands onto the mat. And go ahead and prepare for a couple jumps here as we jump it up, taking it up into handstand. And bring it back down. Can go ahead and try that one more time. Again, just playing around with your handstand here. Taking it up and bring it back down. Legs up. Working with your balance, working with your equilibrium here. And a couple more times we can take that. You can feel free to pause the video and do this on your own time if you like as well. And feel free to take as many pauses or breaks in between as you need. Usually you can tell when your body starts to feel tired because the quality of the handstand starts to diminish. So let's take it back to a chaturanga, up to up dog, a second chaturanga, and back to down dog. And breathe. Again, lengthening through the spine, opening up the backs of the legs. Pressing the heels down towards the ground, making sure you have a nice foundation. Let's jump it forward, exhale, head down, inhale, bring it up, arms to the sky, and exhale, arms to the side. Inhale, bring it up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, head up, flat back, jump it back to chaturanga, open to up dog. One more time, finding that space between the ears and the shoulders. Exhale to chaturanga, second chaturanga, and back to down dog. And if you're not taking a second chaturanga, you can feel free to push it right back into down dog. Jump it forward one more time. Exhale, head down. Inhale, bring it up, and exhale. Arms back down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, let's forward fold. Hands to the mat. And let's go ahead and try our handstand a few more times. Bring the legs up. Keep pushing the hands down towards the mat, getting a nice, strong foundation with the hands. And exhale, bring it down. Jump it back to Chaturanga, to Up Dog, second Chaturanga, optional, and back to Down Dog. Inhale the right leg up. And we'll keep opening up that right hip. And let's go ahead and exhale, right foot between the hands as we bring it up into high lunge. Opening up the front of the body here. Exhale, both hands to the mat, Chaturanga, to your Up Dog, to second Chaturanga, and back to Down Dog. Let's take that on the other side. Inhale, left leg comes up, getting a nice opening through the hip, trying to keep the hips parallel with the ground here. And exhale, left foot between the hands as we bring it up into high lunge. Again, pushing back with that right leg, being nice and strong on that back leg, strong on the front leg as well. And exhale, both hands to the mat as we take it through our vinyasa. Second Chaturanga, always optional. Lengthening through the spine, opening up the back of the legs. Let's go ahead and jump it to the front of the mat. Exhale, grab our ankles, forward fold. Inhale, arms up to the sky, and exhale, bring it down. Prayer position in front of the heart. Let's go ahead and just take a couple breaths here. Exhale, both hands down to the mat. Let's go ahead and go for a few more handstands here. Bringing ourselves up. Again, taking this opportunity to work on your balance. Work on your handstands. Let's forward fold. Take a break, both hands one more time in front of us. And if you're near a wall, you can go ahead and feel free to take this next to the wall. So the secret to handstands is simply practice. Playing around with it, feeling how your body feels as you do the handstand, working on the equilibrium. Another secret is also open hips. The more open the hips, the more easier your handstands will be. Let's go ahead and try that just a couple more times. And you can play around as well, taking pike handstands. Let's go ahead and jump it back to the Chaturanga, Up Dog to Chaturanga, back to Down Dog. Jump it forward. Let's go ahead and exhale, head down, inhale, bring it up. Arms to the sky, lengthening through both sides of the body. And back to prayer position in front of the heart. Again, just taking a couple breaths here. Reset the mind. Let's go ahead and take our right hand, taking the wrist, and get a nice side stretch here, a nice oblique stretch. Let's take it over to the other side, this time grabbing the left wrist. We're going to open up the left side of the body, getting some space, creating some space between the ribs, down into the intercostal muscles, down into the entire left side of the body. Let's do that same thing. This time we're going to take the left hand down the left leg, open up with the right hand, opening the right side of the body, and over to the other side. Right hand down the right leg, up and over with left arm, creating some length here, lengthening that entire left side of the body. Bring it back to center, both arms out. We're going to twist towards the left, right arm in front, left arm behind, gazing at our left thumb behind us, keeping both feet pointed forward. And let's take that twist on the other side. Right hand behind us, left hand to the front, and we're looking behind us at the right thumb. Let's take that one more time. Right arm is going to come up, and that left arm is going to come down the back of the right leg. Take that on the other side. So right arm is coming down the back of the left leg, and the left arm is up and over. So getting a nice twist here. Coming back to center. Let's inhale, arms up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, head up to flat back. We'll jump it back one more time. Chaturanga, 2 up dog. And let's go ahead and take a few chaturangas here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And push it back up to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Again, lengthening through the spine, heels down to the floor, making sure that your hands have a nice foundation. All 5 fingers are spread open evenly. Jump it forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, the arms back down to the side. Let's go ahead and take the right leg back as we open up into high lunge. Breathing, remembering to breathe. Exhale, right hand onto the mat on the inside of the left foot, finding a twist here. And let's bring that arm up and over as we take both hands to the mat and move through a vinyasa. Back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Jump it forward. Exhale, head down. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, arms to the side. Let's take that on the other side. This time, left leg back, right leg is in front. Knee bent at a 90-degree angle, pushing back with the left leg. And let's go ahead and exhale, left hand onto the inside of the right foot, opening up to the sky with the right arm. Rotating that right rib cage up to the sky. Let's bring that arm up and over, getting some nice length through the entire side of the body here. Exhale, both hands to the mat, walk it back and move through a vinyasa. Again, the second chaturanga is always optional here. And if you need a break, feel free to take a break at any time. Let's go ahead and walk it forward, taking that right leg a little bit in and the left leg up as we bring both hands up into Warrior One position. Exhale, both hands down. Bring it back, move through your vinyasa. Taking Warrior One on the other side. Let's go ahead and inhale it up. This time our right leg is leading and our left leg is back. And we'll exhale, bring it down. Let's go ahead and take a few more chaturangas here. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we bring it back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right leg comes up. We're going to open up that right hip and find some Nice movement here, getting some nice rotations through the right hip as we bring it back to center, and we're going to touch our knee to our nose here. For number 2, really contracting the abdomen here, really utilizing those abdominal muscles, moving with the breath. Let's go ahead and take that right foot between the hands, turning the back left foot, and we're going to open up into a warrior 2 position here. Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, bring it up and over, and exhale. We're going to take our right elbow to the right knee. Taking that off of the knee, we're going to use our abdominal and our legs here to bring ourselves forward. Let's go ahead, exhale as we bring our right hand to the mat, opening up into extended side angle pose, Parsvakonasana. Exhale, taking the left hand to the mat. We're going to bring both hands onto the inside of the right foot and just find a nice stretch here. Getting some stretch through the inner thighs, through the hips. Let's go ahead and bring that leg back as we move through a vinyasa and bring it back to our down dog. As we prepare for the other side, inhale, left leg comes up. We're going to stack that left hip on top of the right. Finding some nice rotations here. Exhale, and we're going to do some knee tucks as we take that knee to the nose for 1. Exhale, knee to nose 2. Inhale that leg up, and exhale, left knee to nose 3 as we take that left foot between the hands, opening up here into our Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2 pose. Inhale, left arm comes up, right arm down the back of the right leg. Exhale, left elbow to left knee, opening up with the right arm to the sky, taking that left knee off, the left elbow off the knee if you're ready, and coming into a modified warrior 2 here. Inhale, bring it back up, and we're going to exhale now, coming into extended side angle. Left arm onto the outside of the left foot, again lengthening through the entire side of the body. Take both hands onto the inside of the left foot and just get a nice stretch here as we stretch through that inner thigh, into the hips, to the hamstrings, pushing back with that right leg, finding length, keeping length through the body. Let's go ahead and come into garland pose or yogic squat. And from here, we're going to go ahead and find a bind behind the right knee, taking the right arm onto the outside of the right leg and finding the bind with both hands behind the back. Bring it back up, and let's go ahead and switch sides. Looking up towards the sky, getting a nice opening through the hips. Let's go ahead and bring both hands onto the mat, straighten out the legs, and forward fold here. A couple more of those. Inhale to flat back, and exhale, bring it down. And we can go ahead and go for Titibhasana, firefly pose. As we bring the legs up onto the triceps, we're going to press our belly in, bring ourselves up, and from here we're going to transition into Bakasana, or crow pose. Jump it back, exhale, bring it down, inhale. Moving through that vinyasa, again, second chaturanga optional. Heels down to the ground, lengthening through the spine, opening the backs of the legs here. Let's go ahead and jump it forward. Exhale, head down. Inhale, bring arms all the way up to the sky, and exhale. Let's bring it back down. Let's go ahead and keep our right leg forward, take the left leg back, hands on the hips, and we're going to find a nice stretch through the hamstring of the right leg here. Keep breathing. Lengthening through the right leg. And we want to make sure that we're bending from the hips here. Inhale, bring it back up, and let's go ahead and change sides. Turning it over to the other side. And inhale, we'll bring it up and take a forward fold here, keeping the hands on the hips, or you can go ahead and take the hands down to the ground. Parsvottanasana. Again, lengthening through the backs of the legs. This is a great way to stretch the hamstrings, just making sure that you're bending from the hips here and not rounding the back. So being aware and conscious of the back and the hips. Let's go ahead and inhale, bring it back up, walk back to the front of the mat, prayer position, just taking a couple breaths to reset ourselves. Go ahead and take both hands to the mat one more time. And we'll keep working on those handstands. So we'll go ahead and bring ourselves up, nice and slow. And again, if you're next to a wall, you can feel free to use a wall here as well. Or you can practice on your jumps, whether you're jumping up with the knees bent or jumping up from a pike position. Just playing around, just taking this time to play around and see what works for you. A couple more times. Bringing it down slowly, and you can experiment with this as well. Really sucking in that gut, using those muscles. And let's go ahead and jump it back as we move through a vinyasa one more time, coming back into our Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right leg up one more time. We're going to stack that hip. Find some rotations. Let's come back into Wild Thing, Kamakarasana, and from there we're going to bring it over into a Chakrasana, if that feels comfortable for you. Let's go ahead and bring it back around. Right leg up. We're going to take that right foot between the hands and open up one more time into a Warrior Two, making sure that the left foot is turned. And again, being strong here, lifting up the rib cage. Let's go ahead and exhale it back down into extended side angle one more time. Exhale, finding a twist as we take the left hand to the inside of the right foot, opening up to the sky with the right hand. From here, inhale it up, and we're going to take our right hand down the left leg, finding a nice twist. Exhale, both hands to the ground, take your leg back, moving through that vinyasa one more time. And let's take that on the other side. Inhale the left leg up. Bring it up and over as you find that wild thing as you bring the leg onto the ground. Bringing it over into your chakrasana here, pushing up through the hips, opening up through the chest. Let's go ahead and bring it back. Left leg is still up as we exhale, left foot between the hands, opening up into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. And breathe. On an exhale, left hand to the outside of the left foot again for our extended side angle here. Lengthening through the entire side of the body, and exhale, finding a twist. Right hand to the inside of the left foot. Inhale, bring it up. As we take that left hand down the back of the right leg. Exhale, both hands back down. And from here we're going to go ahead and come into plank position as we go ahead and do some hip touches with our hands. So alternating sides for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go ahead and bring it back down to Chaturanga to Up Dog. Back to another Chaturanga and back to Down Dog. Jump it forward. Exhale, head down. Let's go ahead and hug our ankles here. Getting a nice forward fold. And inhale, bring it all the way back up. Nice little back bend as we open up through the chest, pushing those hips forward. And exhale, hands back to the side. Let's go ahead and take our right foot up. We're going to come into Natarajasana, dancer's pose. Getting a nice opening through that right hip. On an exhale, take that left hand to the ground, coming into sugarcane pose. Still holding on to the right ankle. Great way to open up the hips, open up the quadriceps. Open up also the shoulder. From here, we're going to take it into half moon as we release that ankle. And rotate the hip and ribs up towards the sky. Bring both hands back to the ground. And let's go ahead and step it back down. Forward fold as we inhale, bring it up one more time. And exhale, hands to the side. Let's take Natarajasana on the other side, taking the left hand onto the left ankle, right arm up in front of us. Exhale, take that right hand to the mat, still holding on to our left ankle with our left hand, getting a nice opening through the left side. Releasing the ankle, coming into half moon pose. So starting to rotate that rib cage up towards the sky. Left rib cage. And exhale, both hands to the mat. And exhale, left leg down. Let's go ahead and take the right leg up one more time, coming into standing splits. And you can go ahead and work on your balance here, taking the ankle with both hands. Or you can completely lift the hands up off the ground if you like. challenging the balance, working on your equilibrium here. Take both hands back to the mat, take the leg down, and let's go ahead and move over to the other side as we take the left leg up, standing splits. And again, working on your balance here. And go ahead and exhale as you bring that leg back down to the mat. A forward fold. Go ahead and jump the feet out to the side of the mat. Take the crown of the head towards the mat, lengthening through the back of the legs, lengthening down through the spine. And from here we can go ahead and come into insect pose as we take the hands and clasp the hands behind the back. And you can work on your insect pose. If you're working on Kurmasana, that's a great preparatory pose done in the first series of Ashtanga. From here we'll move into Titibhasana, firefly. And one more time, bring it up into Bakasana and jump it back. Moving through a vinyasa one more time, bringing it back to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Continuing to breathe, let's go ahead and inhale that right leg up one more time. Step the right foot through the hands. Take both hands onto the inside of the right foot, and we're going to take our left knee down to the ground. As we take our right shoulder underneath the right knee, bring that left knee up off the ground, and let's go ahead and find a clasp here in lizard. So this is a great hip opener, great way to open up the hips. Pressing back with that left leg, being strong there, pressing the feet back. And from here you can go ahead and bring that right leg back and set up for the other side. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, left foot between. You can go ahead and come down to your right knee as you start to set up. Again, bringing the left shoulder underneath the left knee. Bringing both hands behind. And if you're more comfortable, you can stay on that right knee as well. You can stay down on the knee as you gain flexibility prior to moving into this bound position. Exhale, bring both hands back to the mat. Step it back. And we're going to take some knee tucks here for 1, 2, touching the right knee to the right tricep. 3, 4, 5, and bring it back down. Let's take that on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring it back down. Chaturanga, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Coming down onto our knees, and let's go ahead and take a balasana here. Resetting the spine, resetting our bodies. Coming back to the breath. So at any time in your practice, you need a break, you need to reset yourself, feel free to take it at any time. Feel free to take that time to come back to your breath. From here, we're going to set up for Pinchamarasana, or forearm stand. Inhale, and we'll jump those legs up. Again, working just to find your balance here. So if you're comfortable in headstand, then you can go ahead and go for forearm stand and handstands. Let's go ahead and come out of that, keeping that right leg up. And stretch it out on the left side. Let's jump it through, coming into a seated position. And let's go ahead and go for Ardha Matsyendrasana here as we take the right leg over the left leg. And we'll find a bind here. If you're not comfortable with a bind, then you can go ahead and take your ankle. Again, opening up through the chest here. So we're gaining flexibility through the upper back and through the shoulders, making sure that the stomach is tucked in here. And from here, we're going to take that right leg, we're going to stack it on top of the left leg. And setting up for fire log or Anvishtambhasana. And exhale. This is a great way to open up the hips. This is also a great way to release any tension, any anxiety. And this is a great way to release any emotions that we have stuck in our second chakra, Svadhisthana chakra. So anytime we're doing any hip openers, we're working on that second chakra, relieving any past emotions, any past traumas. And also gaining more flexibility through the hips, through the legs, through the lower back. We'll stay here yet for a few more breaths. And if you like to stay here longer, you can pause the video and stay here for as long as you like, as long as what's comfortable. And if you prefer not to do longer held stretches, then you can move forward with the video. Let's go ahead and just take our legs out to the front, just shake them out. Prepare for the other side as we take Ardha Matsyendrasana. This time inhale, right arm up, taking it on the outside of the left knee. And again, you can take your ankle here, or you can go ahead and find that bind if you're comfortable, making sure that you're sucking in the stomach, opening up through the heart. So we want to keep the spine straight here. We want to open up through the chest. This is increasing respiratory function as we open up. Releasing here. And we're going to take that right leg onto the ground, and the left leg this time is going to be on top. Opening up the hips, you can just press gently down on the left knee. And it's okay if your knee is up at first. It will come down eventually. Coming forward. If you do have a block handy, you can take a block under the head to release the head down onto, or you can just bring it right down to your hands. And we'll be here for a few breaths. Breathing deeply here. So it's important as you breathe on every exhale to release the habitual tension. You want to observe the sensations in the body. You want to surrender to the gravity, to the sensations, and just allow the opening to happen. So you're not trying to push anything here. Just come back to your breathing. Inhale, bring it up. Again, take the legs straight. Let's go ahead and just shake them out. We'll take Kranchasana here as we take that right leg up. You can also grab behind the right knee if that's more comfortable. And opening up into compass pose. Let's go ahead and hug our leg to our chest as we bring that right foot into the hip, and we'll bring it around for Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. And if you don't have that bind behind the back, that's absolutely fine. You can also just bring the right foot on top of the left knee and forward fold. So again, not pushing yourself. Do what's comfortable. Inhale, bring it up. And let's come into Padmasana here. And from here, we'll come into Gupta Padmasana. You can keep the hands to the side of you, or you can go ahead and take a prayer position behind the back as well. This is a great way to open the hips as well. Again, let's bring it back up. Release our Padmasana, lotus pose. Bring the legs straight, and we're going to take that on the other side. Bring that leg up with a nice inhale. And from here, we're going to transition into compass pose. So we're going to go ahead and take the outside of the left foot with the right hand and bring the left hand onto the inside of the leg. If your leg isn't perfectly straight here, that's fine. Keep working on it. From here, just give a nice couple hugs to that leg as we transition into our Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana on the other side. Again, the left foot on the inside of the right hip, and taking the left arm back around and grabbing the right foot. And if you don't want to do that, then you can just take the left foot on top of the right knee here. Again, bending from the hips. And you want to keep the torso over the quadricep. Let's go ahead and bring it into Padmasana. This time we have our legs in the opposite direction. So if you're working on your Padmasana, make sure also that you're switching legs Every now and again you have the right leg on top. Every now and again you have the left leg on top. And bring it forward into our Gupta Padmasana. Again, if you're using Gupta Padmasana for longer periods of time, then you can come into prayer position, taking the prayer position on the middle back, the middle part of the back. Or you can just keep the arms out to the side as well. Bringing it back up. And we're going to stay in our Padmasana here. And just go ahead and focus on your breath. Whenever you feel ready, bringing it up, inhale and come into Talasana or scales pose. So you're pushing the ground with your hands and lifting up the body. And keep breathing. And in Talasana, you can hold it as long as what's comfortable for you. From here, let's go ahead and release that. We're going to come onto our back. Let's take a nice hamstring stretch here as we bring our right leg up. And you can also grab behind the right knee if you like. This is great to do if you can do this morning and evening for about 30 breaths on each side. This will help with hamstring flexibility and also hip flexibility. If you're working on splits, this will help with splits. Exhale, and let's go ahead and switch sides. Again, making sure that the shoulders are still on the ground and that the back is still on the ground. If you feel that one side of your body is starting to raise up, just be conscious of that, be aware of that, and make sure that you align yourself back to the ground. So you want to make sure that your back is flat onto the ground, that you're not rolling towards one side as you do this stretch. Now let's go ahead and take both legs. And the legs behind the head. So this is also great if you're working on Supta Karmasana. A little bit easier in this position. Let's go ahead and just really get a nice deep stretch as we take the right leg behind the head, taking our elbow into our knee, and take that on the other side. Taking both feet together. And one more time, the feet behind the head. Let's go ahead and take both feet on the ground. We're going to push ourselves up here into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Again, pushing from the hips here. You want to make sure that you're really pressing into the heels of the feet and you're opening up through the hips, opening up through the chest. Not using your back here. You're using the legs, you're using the muscles in the legs, and you're expanding and opening through the chest. Go ahead and hug the knees to the chest. Just massaging. You can roll from side to side here, massaging the spinal cord. And bring it up and over into Halasana, plow pose. Making sure also that anytime that you're doing any deep back bends, that you're countering those back bends. Karna Pindasana, taking our knees to our ears, ear pressure pose. And from here, we can go ahead and come into Padmasana, Urdhva Padmasana. This is a great relaxing posture. And from here, let's go ahead and roll out of that as we take the legs down to the ground. We're going to open up the neck here and come into fish pose, Matsyasana, opening through the front of the body. This is a great way to open up that throat chakra. From here, let's go ahead and release, giving ourselves one last hug as we go ahead and prepare for Shavasana. Namaste.